How are compound words created? Imagine building a new word just by putting two familiar words together. That's how compound words are formed, and it's a fascinating part of how language grows and changes. A compound word is made by joining two or more smaller words to create a new word with its own meaning. For example, sunflower combines sun and flower, but it's not just a sun or a flower, it's a specific type of plant. The meaning of a compound often relates to the meanings of the original words, but it's not always a simple addition. There are three main ways to write compound words, and how they are written tells us how they are formed and used. First, closed compound words are written as one word with no spaces or hyphens. Think of bedroom, toothbrush, and breakfast. These words started as separate words but gradually became one as people used them more often. Next, open compound words are written as two separate words but work together as a single idea. Examples include living room, ice cream, and post office. Even though there's a space, they act as one unit. For example, you might say, I need to go to the post office, not post and office. The third type is hyphenated compound words. These use hyphens to connect the words like mother-in-law, well-known, and 6-year-old. Hyphens help keep the link clear, especially when used as adjectives before a noun. For example, a well-known author makes it clear that the author is famous. Compound words can be nouns, adjectives, verbs, or even adverbs. For example, football is a noun, old-fashioned is an adjective, find out is a verb phrase, and furthermore is an adverb. Even words like yourself and something are made by combining smaller words. Creating new compound words often reflects how language evolves. When new inventions or ideas come up, new words are formed. For instance, smartphone and web page appeared as technology advanced. Sometimes, open compounds become hyphenated or closed as they become more common. For example, email was once hyphenated but is now often written as email. When you see a compound word, try breaking it into parts to understand its meaning. But remember, the whole word can have a meaning that's more than just the sum of its parts. For example, a blackboard isn't just any blackboard, it's a surface used for writing with chalk. Using compound words in sentences helps show how they work. For example, the sunflower in the garden turns its face to follow the sun, shows how sunflower combines sun and flower to describe a specific plant. Or, she gave her mother-in-law a birthday card, where mother-in-law is a hyphenated compound meaning the mother of her spouse. Understanding how compound words are created helps you see how language builds new meanings from familiar pieces. As you read and write, notice how these words are formed and how their parts contribute to their overall meaning. This skill makes your vocabulary richer and helps you see how words change over time to fit new ideas and situations.